ago, I took a trigonometry test, and afterwards, people were telling me how easy this test was. However, I was super disappointed in my performance. I was lacking confidence, and I did not feel the same way as my classmates. This kind of thought process could be unhealthy. So why is it so difficult for people to stop comparing themselves to others? In concept, it should be really simple, right? But why isn't it? Humans are social animals and want to be accepted by others and search for validation. Therefore, we compare ourselves to others for comfort. We are longing for the feeling of belonging. Therefore, when we perceive ourselves as falling outside the norm, especially when we feel ourselves falling outside the norm, we may feel less confident in ourselves. When we focus on the good things that happen in the lives of others, we forget to focus on the good things that happen in ours. This can become toxic and have a strong impact on your mental health, confidence, and happiness. There are two types of comparison: upward comparison and downward comparison. Upward comparison is when you compare yourself to someone who you think is better than you. And downward comparison is when you compare yourself to someone who you think is worse than you. We use upward comparison to see what we can change to make ourselves better. We use downward comparison to make ourselves feel better. Often, we compare our worst qualities with someone's best, which isn't fair to us, and is the equivalent of judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Psychological comparison has been in human life since ancient times, but these comparison levels have increased during recent years. This increase is due to social media. With social media, you are able to look into people's romantic relationships, amazing bodies, and successful careers. But these posts only show a highlight of one's life, and not what they do on a daily basis. Although it is obvious to some, not everyone's life is as perfect as it seems, and we have to think if this comparison is actually beneficial to you. Though there is a bright side to comparison. It can be beneficial if we use it in the right and positive way. We may be inspired by others, seek guidance, or look at ourselves from a brand new perspective. We may gain empathy for others and enhance good decision-making skills. But in perspective, self-consciousness and comparison will mainly bring you no benefit at all. You are good enough already and put too much pressure on yourself. You need to set realistic goals and make necessary actions to achieve them. And with the fulfillment of these goals, they will bring you joy. Compare yourself to your past self. Compare yourself to how you improved from yesterday, last week, or last year. And look into the future and the process of making yourself better. Most of the time, we compare ourselves to others and don't even realize it. So how can we stop this negative habit? There are a few ways. Be aware when you compare. Stop, evaluate the situation, and don't undermine yourself. Change the topic you are focusing on, and be grateful with yourself. List your strengths and be proud of them. Embrace your imperfections and own them. Nobody is perfect, and we often forget. Sometimes we criticize others to make us feel better, which is not healthy. And putting someone down for advantage is harmful. And instead of creating a friend, you are forming a rival, and which causes you pain as well. And instead of helping someone up, you are knocking them down. Comparing yourself to others is normal, and we do it without realizing. You may compare your clothes to the clothes someone else is wearing, their looks, how many friends they have versus yourself, or even how much money they make. And being aware is a good thing, but when self-consciousness becomes an obsession, it can become too extreme. Being you is important, and there's no one that can be more you than yourself. And about that trigonometry test that I was so obsessed about before I got my grade back, it turns out I didn't do so bad after all. Thank you.